Good afternoon, and thank you for the kind introduction. I am honored to take part in this year's Center for European Policy Analysis Forum. As a combat veteran who served in the military for 23 years and as a member of the Senate Armed Services Committee, I am convinced that global security rests in many ways on the strength of our transatlantic relationships. The discussions we are having today are vitally important to preserving the freedoms and values we hold so dearly. Authoritarian regimes are tightening their grip on vulnerable countries around the world. Oppressive ideologies are gaining traction in several regions, and we see the rights of people reduced in too many countries. Just this past month, we witnessed the resurgence of the brutal Taliban regime as they filled a governance vacuum. Supplanting a government that showed some promise for the advancement of freedom and rights of all citizens, the Taliban are restoring brutal and oppressive measures and restoring partnerships with the world's most malignant terrorist organizations. The fall of Afghanistan is just the latest example of the rise of authoritarianism and oppression in Central Asia, North Africa, Central America, and the Far East. In each of these areas, the freedoms and values we enjoy in our countries are still in nascent stages of development, vulnerable to attack. As I look to the countries represented here today, I see long-established democracies, liberal societies, and countries whose recent experiences show a path to more stable and open governments. What our partnerships represent are the best bulwark against the onslaught and attacks against the world order. Together, we advance our values while defending against the challenges of malign actors, whether they be non-state violent extremists, agents of crime and chaos, or established powers such as China and Russia that operate with malign intent across borders around the globe. The challenges we face continue to evolve as our adversaries meld diplomatic and economic efforts with enhanced military capabilities in cyber warfare, quantum computing, and missile technology capacity. Communist China presents both new and enduring strategic challenges, and Russia has shown a reversion to the habits and activities of the old Soviet Union. For more than 20 years, China has grown its military capability, developed or stolen key technologies, engaged in aggressive and predatory economics, diplomatically and militarily threatened its neighbors, and executed a comprehensive plan to replace a stable and peaceful world order with a more predatory and constrained order. Russia continues the buildup in military capability as well. It has increased its operations in the Arctic, tries to restore its former control of the Baltics, and it continues efforts to divide and weaken NATO. Vladimir Putin's military aggression in Crimea, his cyber attacks on Estonia, military coercion against Ukraine and other neighbors all show the variety of threats to democratic and free peoples. These threats are real. Despite the president's strategic blunder in Afghanistan, I believe our partnerships are still capable of meeting the challenges of our near-peer adversaries and threats from terrorists. But to succeed, the need to adapt our relationships to a constantly shifting operational environment is vital to securing global stability. As Russia and China seek to clamp down on emerging democracies and use the developing world as imperial outposts to source their expansions, the NATO alliance and our regional European alliances are the essential mechanisms that protect free peoples. We have a responsibility to preserve the world order, one based on freedoms, economic vitality, and values that raise all people to a better place. It is our duty to work together on this great task. The bulwark of free people in Europe, both long-standing democracies and countries emerging from the shadow of authoritarian influence in Eastern Europe today, stand firm. If we fail to demonstrate strength for others in the crosshairs of great powers, then we face the very real possibility of a diminished prospect for peace, security, and prosperity. For the past 72 years, our relationship has proven crucial to global security and prosperity. Our European friends know the struggle and sacrifice of fighting to keep their freedom, and now enjoy the benefits. To preserve these gains, we must keep our transatlantic relationships strong and meet the spreading challenges to liberty and freedom. The gift of liberty, freedoms of speech, religion, expression all burn bright today in Europe, and we must tend to that fire, provide oxygen for its strength, and fuel its spread. I commit to you my efforts in the United States Senate to preserve and strengthen our great partnerships. Thank you.